Just imagine using a junkie to trigger your soon to be ex husband, a man that you told the world has bipolar disorder. And irrespective of your attempts to use this junkie to trigger your soon to be ex husband at the time, when you know that your ex husband was on a ledge, fighting against the world, fighting for his life, fighting for his health, fighting for his family, fighting for his intellectual property, you were just too dark and twisted inside, too dead and cold to even care, because all you could think about is to take away from him as much as you can, including the four kids that you've had together. And just imagine you stabbing your husband and soon to be husband, which turned out to be your ex husband, in his back several times, and him rising from the ash like the phoenix, only to come back and give you grace, move on, being happy, marrying a woman that is younger than you, that could be your daughter, and you have been using the tabloids to ruin their image, and every attempt that you've made against this man has failed. And irrespective of every dark, sinister, evil attempt against this man and his current wife, this man is still able to give you grace. And you're taking that as some kind of toy, some kind of plaything, being disrespectful to him and his marriage to the point where you are posting on Insta Kimye, that necklace. And when this man basically had nothing, had nowhere to sleep, he and his wife was practically homeless at one point. You were there flashing off the two pink diamond rings that he gave to you when you could easily hand back one to him and say, you know what, you could use this to fix a few things in your life because you have given me the best of this world and I can actually give you back a snippet of this, irrespective of the fact that you basically did everything you could to trigger this man. You disrespected him by giving him what? 5 or 10% of Skims, a company that he helped you to co-found, and you ensure that you sold the other shares to the powers that be who already hated him the moment that he was doing well as a black artist in the music industry. You've done all of that, and you're telling me that at this point, Kim is not a devil's sister? No one cannot tell me that this woman is not dark and have several entities attached to her, because you really have to be truly dark, cold, and dead inside to be playing these type of games. Yesterday, Kim Kardashian posted her Kimye necklace, her wearing her Kimye necklace. And it's not a throwback photo. It's current. It is current. You're telling me that after you have been using the tabloids to say you think that Adele Beckham Jr. is more attractive than your ex-husband, and we know the ex-husband has given you so much. He has literally given you the world. He literally made you one of the most successful, powerful women in Hollywood, because Kim wouldn't be half of who she is today without that man. And if we're being honest, before Ye, no one looked at Kim as any sort of woman. They looked at her as cheap trash. And the moment that Ye stepped out that door, Ye told her, after I'm gone, no one is going to want to see that photograph of you because I'm not in it. And she thought that he was kidding. And it came to pass. It came to pass. She used a junkie to trigger her husband at the time. And you see, karma came around and bite that bitch in her ass, because the junkie made her so undateable to the point where Odell was like, I'm not playing these baby games with you. I'm not. I'm not playing these baby games with you. Did you know that that article is triggering a lot of problems behind the scene? It is triggering a lot of problems. She feels so rejected to the point that she's now running back like a dog eating its vomit. Posting Kimye? Why didn't you post Kimye when the powers that be wanted to cancel this man? Why didn't you post Kimye at that point? You did not post Kimmy at that point. At that point, you post yourself wearing Adidas and Balenciaga, the two companies that dropped him. back in 2022? Where's your heart? As a matter of fact, where's your soul? Where's the light? In all of this goddamn madness and darkness, this woman is truly dark. And when I say she needs a self hugging jacket, I believe that we all can see what I was saying. Because how do you play these games and think that they're funny? How can they be funny? You were at a concert standing next to his wife, looking into the camera, hoping that everyone captured that moment. And this is why people are saying Bianca should never, she should have never stood close to you. But you know what she's doing? Kim is taking Bianca's kindness for weakness. And she thinks that she's going to play all these games and get away with it. But you know, they say, if around and you'll find out, she's about to find out that Bianca ain't nobody's fool. She's about to find, and you know what? Sometimes we have to also allow people to embarrass themselves. And I think this is what Bianca is doing, allowing her to embarrass herself. Because Ye has just bought his wife a beautiful Porsche. And she thought that no other woman would be getting the love and the, you know, showering of gifts from this man. She thought that this man could never love again. She thought that this man only loved her, it could only love her. She thought that the moment that she left him, he would have crumbled, and he would be like, some type of ancient ruins. He would not pick up the pieces. He would not move on with his life. And he has defied all of that because he keeps rising. And everyone who came against him, plotted against him, they all stumbled and fell. And they all had to be running back to him, begging on their knees for the most part. I don't know what's going on with Kim. And no, I think we all can understand and see why North wants to leave that house. Too many dark entities. Because this woman is truly dark. I know she ain't that funny. She's not that funny. Because if she was that funny, she would lighten up and she would be nipping and tucking every 3 to 5 business days. She would not. She keeps nipping and tucking because she's empty. And this is what people do. This is what an empty vessel does. They try to live vicariously through others. She has no life. She has no light. And she's living through Ye consistently. She cannot be at peace unless that man is close to her. And to see how much she has dogged this man publicly, to see how much she has dragged this man on her crying marathon. And if this man says anything, everyone wants to go after him, but they never see what this evil witch is doing. It's very sick. It's very dark. It's not funny. It's not cute. As a matter of fact, it's giving the Lulu because we know she's not a funny. She's jealous. She's envious. You're telling me that you went out to play a little game with your sister leftovers. The game backfired. Isn't she learning anything? Didn't you learn anything from playing games with Pete that backfired on you? You came back and you were like, oh, I have better luck with black men. I normally get my way, so let me play with the black man again because it normally does things for me. No, bitch, your time is over. And you need to realize, wake up and smell the ganja because it's over for you, Kimmy. It's over for you. You need to step into your maturity because you want to be talked about so badly. You don't care what people have to say about you. That's one thing I have to give you credit for. You're very much shameless. But at the same time, while you're shameless, while you're seeking clout, and while what people say about you really doesn't matter too much to you, at the same time, it's not looking good for you. It doesn't matter. It's really not looking good for you. I mean, you were trying to spark something. Every time you do something, you try to steal the attention from you and Bianca, and you can't. You just cannot. You cannot hold the momentum of relevance. Yeah, you will be talked about briefly, unpleasantly, but you're not getting the results that you desire.